Hello, Mac friends and Apple Vision Pro friends. Brent Deverman here, and I'm staring at a blank wall, which I think could use some decoration on it. And luckily, I've just upgraded to the latest developer beta on Apple Vision Pro, called version 26. And I have a cool feature to play around with called Widgets. Widgets, of course, you've seen on your phone, and I'll go to the widget app on Vision Pro. You've seen these on the phone, but I think they're even cooler in spatial viewing. So I've just added a battery widget, and you can see I can snap it to a surface. It detects the surface, and I can make it inset right into the wall. And it shows me the status of my batteries of my different devices, which I think is pretty cool. And let's go on to some other widgets and play around. For example, this fancy clock widget that, hey, why not have an analog clock on the wall now that we can do that? So here we go. We're just going to drop it off here. And I want to inset that into the wall as well. I can even, and so then you can just hit done, and now it's inset into the wall. Another favorite one I have is the music poster widget, which allows you to take some playlists and make a poster of them. And so you can see when you go to the options here, you can select a different playlist. It has some various appearance options, and you can even color the frame. And then we can say done, and it's there. And I can look at it and I can pinch and it will start playing the music, which unfortunately I don't want to get this video taken down from YouTube, so I'm going to leave it quiet. But you can see it up there on the wall, as well as a note widget. Not exactly like a sticky note, but it does stick to the wall, and we can say, we can inset it like the other widgets, and we can make it different colors like a sticky note. So maybe that counts. If you like viewing your photos, you can scroll through various photo options. And here is a poster photo I quite like. Very much like the poster photo, the music poster. And you can go through and look at your library with various albums, and I chose the Instagram albums, so those should be in a good format for this. And we can just add a poster of some of my photos of Japan there. But going even further, there are also spatial versions of this as well, and that's kind of cool. So let's see if we can get it to work to add a spatial photo onto the wall. I think this is the Apple sample. I don't know this girl, so I want to pick one of my own photos. And in this case, I'm not sure that you can choose an album. It doesn't seem to work that way, but you can choose multiple photos. So look at this photo. Okay, that's one photo, my cherry blossom photo, and I can scroll to some older photos. Let's see if we can get something that was taken a while ago. Okay, like my sister's dog photo. Alright, so I've chosen 3 photos, and we're going to let it load. I'm not sure how often it changes them, but you can see this one is a hiking photo. We'll monitor that, and we will go on to the reminders one. And because I like productivity, I'm going to use the biggest reminder widget and put it right on the wall. Let's go over here. And you can, customize which list it's in and set it as well. And it goes quite deep. And I mean, that's great. Like, I can see going into my kitchen and putting this on the refrigerator. And I believe that eventually you will be able to share these widgets between two people with the Vision Pro, so you could basically decorate your whole house for your family once these become affordable. I mean, that's going to be very interesting in the future. Now, let's go back to the stocks. So I think this one is, quite a cool widget because I can go and monitor the price of Bitcoin. So you can see that they are a little bit buggy. We did have a problem with that disappearing, but now it's back. So let's go through my list of stocks which are synchronized from my other devices. And I don't really want to see any news stories, so I'm going to choose never. And I get a full view of the Bitcoin price over time, and quite nice display. And then finally, let's go and have a look at weather. So I'm in Singapore, and the weather doesn't really change, but I do like to know if it's raining. So I'm just going to do this one, which will tell me at a glance if it's raining. And right now, luckily, no rain. It's night even. So now I have a full wall of widgets. These are persistent from when I wear my Apple Vision Pro. And so even if I restart, they're supposed to come back. As this is a developer beta, I've had some problems with it where the widgets were flickering and then it crashed. And some of my other friends have had problems as well. So I think, if you're looking for a really stable Apple Vision Pro experience during this beta summer, you probably want to avoid the widgets. But if you want to play around and you want to test the coolest functionality, this is here, and it's quite nice to see these widgets on the wall, and I can see myself trying to put these elsewhere in my house as well. But yeah, so thanks a lot for joining me on this video, and if you use widgets or have some widget tips, I'd appreciate if you would put them in the YouTube comments. So I will talk to you in the next video. Bye bye.